Breaking news this morning, we're learning more about another police officer, this one in Kentucky, who died in the rash of recent storms. News Channel 5's Nick Barris live in the 5 Alert Center for us this morning. And Nick, this is a second tragic death.
Right, Amy, no doubt, too many. We know about the death last week, of course, in Tennessee here of Lebanon police officer Joseph Bowen when his truck crashed into a swollen creek there in DeKalb County. Well, here, another incident we're talking about. This most recent case is out of Hickman County, and there are some similarities here. There, Officer Rodney Smith's body was found over the weekend in that area there, a flooded field. The medical examiners says right now that it appears as though he died from drowning. It's not clear how Officer Smith ended up separated from his police cruiser in that flooded field, still under investigation, but we do know the overflowing Ohio River there caused massive flooding in parts of Kentucky over the weekend. Just look at that, a bad situation there. Now, we can tell you that Officer Smith's funeral is scheduled for Tuesday morning in Kentucky, tomorrow, of course. And as you've mentioned this morning in our newscast, the funeral service for Officer Bowen here in Tennessee will be today at 1 o'clock at Fairview Church. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Nick. Happening today, a Fort Campbell soldier accused of a horrifying murder will appear before a judge. Police say Christopher Conway sexually assaulted and killed his 9-month-old daughter back in November. He was originally released from jail, but was indicted on additional charges just last week. His bond has been set now at $1 million. Download our app for around-the-clock updates about this story and any others. Well, the verdict is in. A jury just found a Murray County woman guilty of first-degree murder. Kimberly Miller killed a Papa John's delivery driver back in 1994, running over him with his own car in a set-up attack. Christopher Heiss, who you see right here, was just 21 years old at the time of his death and owed some money to some drug dealers. Miller, who was just 18 at the time of the murder, will spend life in prison with the possibility of parole.
And 3 teens waking up in jail, charged with pistol whipping a man while he waited in the Spring Hill Dairy Queen drive-thru. Marquise Fears, Alvin Bajeno Carrillo, and Kirk Wolf were arrested over the weekend. Police say they surrounded the victim's car, putting a gun to his head and demanding money. All 3 are facing aggravated robbery and aggravated assault charges. A Dollar General employee carjacked while leaving work on Friday, and she believes the suspects are all teenagers. They got away with their cell phone, purse, and silver Subaru. The woman says they were caught on surveillance when they cased the store on Branch Street the morning before. She says they appeared nervous and kept dropping her keys during the carjacking.
Once you bring it out here to these streets are grimy. They don't care. They will eat you up, baby. Like, this is not it. This is not the thing to do.
Fortunately, she was not injured and ran home. Metro Police have formed a juvenile task force to combat youth crime, and they have already made nearly half a dozen arrests in other crimes. A tragic car accident in Allen County, Kentucky has killed a pregnant woman and her baby.
This is such a sad story. Kentucky State Police say that crash happened on Franklin Road over the weekend, and investigators say Leslie Adams was driving her car westbound when she swerved out of the way to avoid a car stopped in the road waiting to turn. Officials say Adams hit a car heading eastbound head on. She and her unborn baby did not survive that crash. Well, Nashville is growing too fast for its own good. That's what an overwhelming majority of locals think, according to a new Vanderbilt poll. But don't look at me. I'm only bringing 2 people. Only 2 people with me.
All right. We won't blame you so far. But News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy joins us live from Broadway with details about this poll. And Dan, I know it was released over the weekend as voters really right now mulling over that massive billion-dollar transit plan.
Yeah, this poll comes at a very interesting time. You know, you go around Nashville, it's no secret that this city is booming. It's certainly the It City. We're standing right outside Bridgestone Arena where the new 5th and Broadway is going up. They're advertising almost 400 luxury apartments, at least 2 cranes sitting in this one city block, and many more cranes all around Nashville. But a lot of your neighbors, in fact, 75% of Nashvillians say the city's growing too fast. And the majority of people polled also say too many buildings going up too fast. The city needs more affordable housing. This is a Vanderbilt poll that was released yesterday, sampled about 800 residents. And this, of course, comes as both sides of that proposed transit plan in the midst of trying to sway voters. The poll found that voter turnout on May 1st likely going to determine the fate of that transit proposal. Among registered voters, this found 42% support the mayor's transit plan, 28% oppose it, and 30% say they still don't know enough about it, meaning these are going to be a crucial 8 weeks for both sides. Now, all that said, as I send things over to Rebecca Schleicher, it's important to note, though, that 2/3 of those polled say the city's transit system needs a major improvement with all this growth. So, Rebecca, there is some consensus there, at least, that something needs to be done.
Yeah.